Hey guys, it's Miss Wiley and Miss Claus here giving you another instructional video because we like to allow you to see us all the time.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, scholars.
Hey guys. Okay, so this week we're studying poetry, and hopefully by the time you watch this, you've already watched Miss Nolan's agenda video and you've watched Miss Ramsey's instructional video about poetry in general. This week you're going to be writing your own poem, and we're going to be talking about an acrostic poem in this session. Okay.
But before we get started, let's do what we always do, just like in class, and let's breathe and smile. Okay. So we make sure that we start off on a positive note. Okay? So let's breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in one more time and out.
Smile. Show some teeth.
Smiling. It makes us feel better, especially what we're going through right now. Okay, it's not easy. So let's smile and be happy, and let's get excited about this acrostic poem, which I have to admit, I had a lot of fun creating my own acrostic, which we'll show you in just a minute. Okay, Miss Wiley and I are going to kind of take you through what an acrostic poem is, and you can see the paper right now, the handout. This will also be made available to you so you can see it. We're just going to kind of walk you through the highlights of it. Okay.
The first part obviously is answering the question, what is an acrostic poem? And it tells you the background of what an acrostic is. It kind of gives you the synopsis of how to write one and just about what they are. So it's just giving you kind of background information. If you go to the middle section, it tells you kind of how to create it. Ms. Claus, you want to talk about these 4 steps?
Yes. Okay. So you're going to be creating an acrostic for this week's assignment. And like Ms. Wiley said, it says creating an acrostic in a few easy steps, and it is a few easy steps to do it. When you see the assignment on Google Classroom, it will have a Google Doc attached to it that you will use to create your acrostic poem. Okay. First thing you're going to do is you will write your first and last name down vertically. Vertically means up and down. Okay, just remember the V, vertical, has an arrow that looks like it's going up and down, okay, or pointing down. So vertical. All right. It says to brainstorm words or phrases that describe you. Make sure the tone is positive. We're still thinking about this character strong, staying positive, being kind. It's really important to us, and we feel like it should be important to you as well to make sure that we do that. Words that you're trying to think of, again, that should be positive in tone. If you're having trouble, there's a link right there in blue that Ms. Wiley's pointing to. You can click on it, and it will take you to some positive adjectives of personality. I will tell you, it does not go through the entire alphabet, okay, but it'll get you through most of them. Notice that, like for B, it says brave, bright, broad-minded. Make sure that those fit you, because this poem is about you. If there are some letters that are left off of that link, and this is what I did as well, I just Googled positive adjectives of personality and that start with U, and positive adjectives of personality that start with V. You could do that, and you can get some. And some of you may already be able to think of some. You can also use your adjectives of personality packet from the very beginning of the year. Some of you might have it, some of you might not. If you moved in the middle of the year, I'm not sure if you got it or not, because we had a lot of papers that we give you guys. So you can use that. If you don't have it or you've misplaced it, then this link will get you started. Something else that you need to keep in mind, and we'll go back and show you our examples of the acrostic poem. When you write your first and last name all the way down the page, make sure that the first letter, so you notice on the left-hand side, it says Julie Wiley. Notice that each letter of her name is in bold. It kind of sticks out a little bit more than the other ones. It should, okay? So Notice that some of the words that Miss Wiley and I used for ourselves, some of them have one word. There are phrases, there are sentences. We would like to and challenge you to use a little bit of each one. Some of the letters in your name just use one word. Others of them use a phrase. Others of them use a sentence. Okay, it shouldn't just be all single words all the way down. Okay, so that's why we're using your first and your last name.
Remember, keep it positive. So if it's something that you like to do, but it may not be appropriate, or if it's more negative, don't use it. Just find something else.
Yes. So you guys can read those again. You're reading them down. Like for mine, it says hopeful, enthusiastic about my job, adaptable, victorious, even-tempered, needs 1 cup of coffee every morning. So again, like Miss Wiley's, it says joyful, useful. The L stood for loving. The I, inviting. E, easy to talk to. So just keep that in mind, that you want to use a variety of words, phrases, and sentences. Ms. Wiley, is there anything underneath there? Isn't there?
Yes.
There's a little bit more. Okay. So yes.
Things to remember. So remember that names are a common topic in an acrostic poem. A lot of times when you see acrostics, names are listed. When you're finished writing one with your name, try writing one using your friend's name or maybe a family member's name and giving it to him or her as a gift. And this is going to go with Character Strong this week that we're going to talk to you about later. So keep number 1, things to remember, in mind. Number 2, use single words, phrases, or even full sentences, just like Ms. Claus and I have done in our examples. But you cannot repeat words. So if you have 2 E's in your name, you can't do the same word for both.
Thank you, Ms. Wiley. Thank you for saying that.
And finally, remember, acrostic poems are one of the easiest and most fun ways to create poems of your own. Poems are supposed to be expressive. There's nothing greater than showing your name and using words that describe you, because that's expressing who you are. And that's what we want to do with poetry this week, is for you to make that connection. So have fun with this. We had fun with it, and we can't wait to read them.
Remember, if you have any questions or run into any challenges, you can always make a comment through Google Classroom, or you can email us. You can visit us during our Zoom office hours, or if our Zoom office hours, maybe you're not available and you have a question later on, as long as it's a reasonable time of the day or evening, we don't mind getting on and talking with you face-to-face if it's something you feel like would be easier to explain that way.
That's right. Okay, guys, we'll talk to you later.
And looking forward to reading them.
Yes.